Today, we are going to learn Chapter 1 of History, Class 10, The Rise of Nationalism in Europe. Let us study the first portion of the chapter. The first page, a picture created by the French artist Frédéric Zorro, is given. It was created in the year 1848. So in this picture, he is dreaming of a world which will be free from absolutism, which will be free from authoritarian regimes, which will be free from dictatorship. He is dreaming of a world filled with democracies and sovereign state. All the countries of the world will get freedom. That is what he is imagining. Let us look into the details. So let us see the implications, the interpretations of the picture. The first print of the series, he created 4 prints, and in the first first print of the series, you can see the people of Europe and America. The developed countries of Europe and America, you can see. And that is the continent of Europe and the continent of America. Here you can see men of different age, women of different age, you can see children, everybody is moving in a long train. That is, they are moving in a line. You can see they are moving in a line. They are moving in a queue. And they are giving homage. They are giving respect to the Statue of Liberty. You can see the Statue of Liberty here, the Statue of Freedom, symbolizing the freedom is erected over there. And people are showing respect to the Statue of Liberty as they are passing it. Artists of the time of French Revolution, which took place in the year 1789, they have seen liberty as a female figure. Often nations are symbolized or personified as a female figure. And you can see torch of enlightenment, light of enlightenment, reasoning, logical thinking on one hand, and the charter on the other hand. Charter means the document of government or document created by authorized agencies that you can see in other hand. And on the earth, that is on the ground, you can see the shattered remains. Shattered means which are broken violently, which are broken into pieces. You can see over there. And they are the symbols of absolutist institutions, symbols of absolutist institutions. That means you can see crown of a king or palaces or the official buildings of authoritarian rulers. All these are broken into pieces, broken violently into pieces, and they are on the ground. So here, utopian vision of Zorro. Utopian vision means the imaginary vision, the imaginary scenes which Zorro has visualized are shown. And he dreamt of a democratic nation, or he dreamt of a different nation. When Zorro created this print, a concept of nation was not there. Now, what do you mean by the concept of nation? If a group of people sharing common language, common culture, common history, and they are living in a particular area or a particular territory, that is what we call a nation. So at that time when Zorro created the print, he had an imaginary world of nation, but now it is somehow reality. So nation means a definite territory would be there. In that definite territory, you can see the people, and those people will have common language, those people will have common culture, common tradition, etc. So he dreamt of such a world. World would be divided into different nations. At that time, such a concept was not there. When we talk about a territory, when we talk about a kingdom, it was a mixture of culture, it was a mixture of history, etc. If you take the case of India too, like Kerala or Tamil Nadu, it will be mixed into one kingdom under the rule of a king. Gujarat or Maharashtra, it would be under the rule of a king and one kingdom. So there you can see a mixture of culture. There you can see a mixture of history, etc. And a mixture of language. Some portion Gujarati, some portion Marathi. So when our states are recreated, it was recreated on the basis of language. Okay. And when we made a nation, a kind of common culture we have. Okay. So Soro also had a dream of creating a nation based on common culture, common language, etc. So first, you can see United States of America. By the time USA got independence, so they are moving from 1776, they got independence from Britain. They became a nation and they passed. Okay. They are in the forefront. You can't even point out them. They have passed, already passed along the statue. And then Switzerland, they are already the nation state, so you cannot see their flags and all. Now next, see who come next. Okay. Then you can see the France with the tricolor had just reached the statue, and she is followed by, that is, they just reached the Statue of Liberty, France. In the year 1789, they became a republic, and they just reached the Statue of Liberty. And afterwards, it was the turn of Germany. So they are carrying a tricolor. You can see black, red, and gold flag. So that is the flag of Germany. So they too are reaching the statue. And the one funny thing is that at that time, Germany was not a nation. It was divided into different pieces. It was under the control of different kings. But still, Soro had a dream, had an imagination that Germany will become a nation. Okay. And that is how the revolution of 1848 took place, with a dream of creating Germany. And they had a hope of liberalism, liberty, freedom, etc. That is, everybody wanted to unify the German speaking areas. Okay. It was a mixture of different languages, a mixture of different culture, but people of Germany wanted to create a nation based on their language, German speaking areas, and they wanted democracy. They wanted a constitution. That is what Soro is showing here. And afterwards, you can see the people of Austria, Lombardy, Poland, England, Hungary, Russia, all are European countries. Now on the heaven, that is, heaven is, sky is symbolized as heaven. You can see Jesus Christ carrying cross. Then you can see angels near him, near Jesus Christ. You can see the angels, and they are all looking from the sky, constantly looking. Gazing means constantly looking from the sky. How the people are moving, in a train, how they are reaching towards the Statue of Liberty. So, and this image shows the fraternity among nations, the brotherhood, common brotherhood among the nation, that you can see here. So this is the meaning of the painting of Frederick Soro, print of Frederick Soro. So that is an important question. What is the interpretation of the print of Frederick Soro? So after 19th century, nationalism emerged as a major force which brought about political and economic conditions or mental world of Europe. It brought about a lot of changes, nationalism. So nationalism means a very strong feeling of support for your own country. That is what we call nationalism, very strong feeling or support for your own country, love and affection towards your country. That is what we call nationalism. And how the nationalism is coming? If you're having a nation, you will have nationalism. That is, you will have an affection to your fellow beings who will be having same culture, same language, same ethnicity, etc. You will have a love. You will have an affection towards your own group of people. So it emerged as a major force in Europe. And before 19th century, it was a multinational dynastic empire. One empire would be there, or one kingdom would be there. That empire or kingdom will be filled with multinational dynastic rulers that would be there. Even in single country, in one country itself, multi-language or not multi-language, multinational dynastic empires would be there in one country itself. So India before independence, it was divided into 550 native kingdoms. In the same way, in a single region where the people will be having common culture, but it will be divided into different kingdoms. So that was the condition. And people were dreaming of a modern state. People were looking for a modern state. So how the concept of modern state will work? That is, a centralized power will be there. A government will be there. A central government will be there, which will be sovereign. Sovereign means which will be independent, which will not be under the control of external forces, which will not be under the control of internal forces. It will be ruling a clear, definite territory. So people were dreaming, people were hoping, people were expecting for such a change in Europe. So, but a nation state was one in which majority of its citizens and not only its rulers came to develop a sense of common identity and shared common history or descent. So when we talk about nation state, a nation state will have definite territory, and in nation state, majority of the citizen, majority means a large portion of the people along with the rulers will have a common identity, common history, like India. So the land of India under the control of Britishers, majority of the people are following single religion, they are having common ethnicity, common tribe, etc. And it is a nation. Now it is under the control of a single ruler. So that is the concept of nation. The commonness did not exist from time immemorial. That doesn't mean that the nation states which we are seeing today on the basis of common language, common culture, it existed from time immemorial. It is not like that. How the nations based on common culture, common language came into being? It was through the struggle. It was through the freedom movement. It was through the fight. Not all on a sudden it came into being. So in this chapter, we will be focusing on such issues of nationalism. So thank you all.